guys, welcome back to Advanced Bass Fishing, and appreciate you guys coming by the channel for the episode today. Today we're going to be talking about the relatively new mid-size Zoom brush hog, guys. Now this is the mid-size model. They have a full-size model, they have a baby brush hog, they have a tiny brush hog, and this sort of fills the gap between the baby hog and the full-size hog, which is rapidly becoming my favorite size. So I want to talk about it today as far as the applications for this, when the mid-size works better than the baby or the bigger one, because there's definitely a place and time for all of them. But I've had a chance to fish this bait now for about a year and a half, and I've sort of narrowed down the window when it works really good. So we're gonna dig into that in today's episode here. And also guys, I will put the mid-size brush hog link and my tackle warehouse link in this video description if you guys would like to order a few packs of it. Comes in about every color that you can imagine, but the two primary colors I use are straight green pumpkin and watermelon candy. If you don't want to buy a lot of colors, you're pretty much good to go with those. Watermelon candy, green pumpkin pretty much covers about everything, and we'll talk about that in the video today. Also guys, one quick reminder before we get started. Casking, you probably heard me talking about this, but I just wanted to remind you, they have got their special going on all month on their Finesse bait cast system, this is the Kestrel Ultimate. This is a Finesse bait cast outfit. Now it's designed to fish light line and small lures. You can fish 6, 8, and 10 pound tests on this very comfortably. It casts lures down to like a 1/16 or an 1/8 of an ounce. It's perfect for like little jerk baits, little crank baits, shaky heads, drop shots if you don't like to fish a spinning outfit. It's got this horizontal line guide that reduces the friction along with this unique braking system. So I'll have the Kestrel Ultimate link, or the casking link, in the description of this video if you guys would like to get one of these Kestrel Ultimates. And if you use the promo code Randy10, you get an additional discount. So appreciate you guys putting up with everything there. Okay guys, the mid-size brush hog, I absolutely love this thing. It catches quality fish, it catches a lot of numbers of fish. And the thing about it is the full-size hog and the baby hog are incredible fish catchers. The full-size hog, we'll talk a little bit about it. It's a little bit bigger bait. It's probably about a 1/2 inch bigger than this. It's larger diameter and length both. So when you use a full-size brush hog, you're after some good fish. I mean, I've caught a lot of small fish on a full-size brush hog, but it's a big bait. It's a big bulky bait. It attracts bigger fish. And you'll find that the full-size model is a really good bait when the fish are really aggressive. It's like say the fish don't have a lot of fishing pressure or just a moderate amount of fishing pressure. The conditions are conducive to good fishing. You got, partly cloudy skies, maybe a little bit of a wind, just when they want a bigger bait. And the baby hog on the other end of it, it's about, 25% smaller in diameter and length on the same way. So it's more of a finesse application designed for tougher fishing conditions. You can catch good fish on the baby hog too, but this just falls in the perfect size in between the medium brush hog here. So here's where I like to fish it, the situations where it works good. First of all, it's all about that. It's like the mid-range brush hog is the same with what I consider the mid-range fishing conditions. Now, the ultimate conditions for aggressive bass are like cloudy conditions, warm conditions, and windy conditions. Maybe a little bit of rain. That's what makes bigger baits like the full-size brush hog good. And then if you got a post-frontal situation, say for example, bright bluebird skies, maybe the water's clear, maybe the lake's getting hammered by a lot of fishing pressure, the little baby's gonna work good. The mid-size falls in that mid-range that you actually have most of the time, which is like, a partly cloudy sky, just light to moderate winds, and usually a southerly or some type of a southwesterly or westerly airflow, and just an average amount of fishing pressure. Your average man-made reservoir that doesn't get hammered to death, yet it doesn't get no pressure. It gets more than no pressure at all. This is the good average condition bait for you to use. Now, a couple different ways to fish it. My favorite way to fish it is on a Texas rig, obviously. I usually go with a 3/0 straight shank Gamakatsu G Finesse worm hook. It's typical Texas rig on the thing. And the weight that I use on it is usually a little bit lighter than what you probably consider. I really like this mid-size brush hog with a 3/16 or a 1/4 ounce sinker on it. I just really like the way that it falls with it. But the Texas rig like that it's super hard to beat. I mean, you get a lot of bites on it like that. Pitching and flipping it around the shallow cover, whatever cover that you have. I mean, a brush hog, and especially like the mid-size, it's going to work in lily pads, grass, reeds, cattails, boat docks, lay down trees, whatever you have. It's just a good all-around bait for picking apart shallow cover with that. Now, another couple applications where this mid-size works good, it is an excellent bait on a wobblehead jig. So if you've got like a biffle head or a wobble head, you can just bite about an inch, about a half inch of the head off of that thing. It works as a great trailer for a wobble head on there. It looks super realistic in the water. Same with the football head, guys. You can use that mid-sized brush hog with a football head jig. Cut about a half inch off the head, put it on there. It's got a lot of wiggling leg action. It works really good on a Carolina rig. You can rig it, 3/4 ounce Carolina rig weight, fish it around drop-offs and ledges and points, works really good. Just a really good all-around bait for that. Now, a couple different situations as far as what I like with the colors on it. My two favorites, which I probably use 90% of the time, is a green pumpkin or the watermelon candy. Now, I have a real specific water clarity window with this as far as both of these. The watermelon candy is a really good bait without dyeing the tails or anything in it in a little bit cleaner water. Say, for example, if you got water visibility over about 3.5 feet. I love that watermelon candy. It works really good in clear water. If the water is a little bit stained, maybe 2.5 feet or so, 2.5 foot of visibility, especially if you got some clouds, you can take that watermelon candy and you can dip that tail chartreuse, and the chartreuse really stands out a lot on the watermelon candy. If you dip the chartreuse in the green pumpkin, it's sort of like a faded chartreuse a little bit, but on the watermelon candy, just because it's a little more translucent, it really brightens it up. So that bright tail is really good on low light conditions or a little bit more stained water conditions. And then the green pumpkin, for me, I like that if that water visibility is about 1.5 to 2.5 foot. I usually always dye the tail on the green pumpkin, either orange or chartreuse, makes it look like a perch more, but that's a really good color if the water has a little bit more color in it. And occasionally, guys, if it's like, say for example, if I got some really stained water, like water visibility under a foot or so, I might use a June bug or a red bug or a black sapphire, dark color. Not very often though, because I'm not using the mid-size as much in that dirtier water. That mid-size, to me, it's like the water clarity range for that thing is like 2 to 3 foot is perfect for it. Give or take 6 inches on either side, but 2 to 3 foot of visibility, really good situation for it. So main thing, guys, is you really need to have all three sizes. You need to have the big size if they're aggressive. You need to have the mid-size just on the average fishing day, and the baby hog for tough fishing conditions. And again, you can get them all. I'll have that Tackle Warehouse link in the description of the video. You can order them through there. Definitely one of the greatest all-time fish catchers ever. So hope it helps you out.